The beautiful Sunshine Skyway Bridge on a soccer Saturday night. We're not too far away at Al Lang Stadium, smack dab in the middle of downtown St. Pete, home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, as tonight the Rowdies host Group H rival Atlanta United 2. We are thrilled you're here, everyone. Drew Felios alongside my partner Ryan Davis, who joins us down on the field. Rowdies coming off a 1-1 draw to Miami last week. But Ryan, why do you think Tampa Bay has all the momentum going into tonight?
Well, despite the 1-1 draw, Drew, to Miami last week, Jan Ekra made an appearance, and he had a great appearance for Coach Neil Collins. He's now in his starting lineup tonight, and Ekra brings a totally different dynamic to this Rowdies midfield. He can dribble through the middle, he can orchestrate with passes, and he can also break up plays in the middle of the park, which is going to create space for other people like Malik Johnson, Seba Gwenzati, Juan Tejada, and Kyle Murphy tonight.
Let's talk about some of the stars on the pitch for Atlanta United 2. Amadou Maki Diop, a tremendous goal scorer.
Maki Diop is a force of nature. He has 5 goals in only 8 appearances. The 25-year-old Senegalese has height, he has stature, but he has great ball skill as well. He can play the ball into his feet and create chances and score goals for himself as well.
And for the Rowdies, there's the midfielder, Lewis Hilton.
Lewis Hilton is an orchestrator. He's a pass master for the Rowdies, leads this team in passes and pass accuracy. When he comes into the game, he can affect the game with set pieces and then create room for the guys on the wings with his distribution.
Lewis Hilton, tremendous, coming off the bench tonight. Also tonight could see some weather late in this contest, possibly at the beginning of the second half. It'll be the Tampa Bay Rowdies taking on Atlanta United 2. The Rowdies have beaten Atlanta twice this season. Can they make tonight, number 3? We've got kickoff next.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
The fighting spirit is one we all share. Amanda Nunes wears hers with pride. From standing up for herself against the doubters, to being the only woman in her MMA training gym. Amanda refused to let stereotypes get in her way. Whether inside the octagon or out. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
A great challenge still lies before us, Florida. And as we try to understand this new normal, we must remember, things aren't normal. Not yet. So let's all keep doing our part to stay healthy until it is. We are one Florida. And Florida Blue remains committed to the one place we've ever called home.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Just moments away from kickoff, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Atlanta United 2. Rowdies hoping to add to their 18 points in this 2020 campaign. And before we kick things off, the lineups presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Atlanta United 2 in the 4-3-3, and they've got tremendous talent. How about Jack Gurr scoring his very first goal in that Miami game? And also in goal, Ben Lungard. He leads the USL in saves right now. 35 of them. He has been peppered with shots this season. And for the Rowdies, Jan Ekra, as Ryan said, he has picked up the pace of the Rowdies' attack. He'll get the start tonight. And Seba Gwenzati, welcome back to the 11. They certainly missed his presence last Sunday against Miami. Great coaching matchup we've got tonight. Neil Collins in his 3rd season. So far, it's been his best. Still unbeaten through 8 games for the Rowdies. And Tony Annan, the new coach of Atlanta United 2. Of course, he replaced Stephen Glass, who is now the head coach of Atlanta United, the first team, as he replaced Frank DeBoer following his departure. Our injury report brought to you by St. Anthony's Hospital. Dominic Goduro is out for Tampa Bay. Rosario, Fiwu, and Conway, who scored his last time here for Atlanta United 2, on the shelf for the visitors. It is an overcast night right now. Throughout the night, could have some showers later. And we are underway from downtown St. Pete, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Atlanta United 2. And we start things off with our keys to the match.
Well, for the Rowdies, this Atlanta team is like 3rd or 4th in the USL in passes. In order to disrupt that passing rhythm, the Rowdies are going to have to press high and try and get an early goal. In regards to Atlanta, they have to play physical. They're the #1 team in fouls conceded in the USL. They're going to have to come into Alanghe and break up this Rowdy rhythm themselves with some physical play and maybe turn the game in their favor.
And for Atlanta, the 3rd straight game on the road, only 1 victory on the season. That came late last month over Miami, a team that has struggled in their first year of USL play. Gabriel Giusti, our head official tonight. Escobar, Kemp, and Penso, the other officials. Calling this match, as you see, Mojadama touching right there for Atlanta United 2. Ball goes out of bounds, and Atlanta United 2 will throw this one in. Atlanta United 2 has never beaten the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They want to make history tonight here in their 2nd trip this season to Alang.
They have such young talent, Drew, that they can turn the game at any moment. Like this young man here, Job, on the ball right now, one of the players to watch.
Jump off that quick turn. Ekra skates right through him. Here's the first shot. Loro right there. It goes off the post. And the Rowdies dodge an early bullet.
But don't take your eyes off the screen. This Atlanta United team, like we just talked about, explosive, especially with #7 Job around that ball. And El Capitan is back, and he's on the ball himself.
Guenzati. Rowdies are so happy to have him back in the lineup. Well, Tampa Bay has afforded us most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Guenzati on top of it now. Eyes one Tejada. Skates over his head, and Caleb Wiley will have it. He is going to get a fistful from Tejada, though, as they battle towards the end line. And let's take a look at that last attempt by Atlanta.
Well, here's Job creating all sorts of havoc, being hounded by the Rowdies. Plays the ball through, gets a lucky bounce. And Job having a great shot down low to Evan Lauro's left. But the keeper was alive to it and made a great save in the end.
So Evan Lauro tested early for Tampa Bay. Lauro with 13 saves on the season. Conceded 5 times. And contact right in the middle of the park that time. Jordan Doherty, the very much improved midfielder for the Rowdies, involved. Doherty has really matured this season, and the Rowdies' attack has certainly benefited.
He's such a trustworthy player for Coach Collins. Just very responsible, knows his position, knows his role on the team, and sticks with it for the full 90 minutes. That's why Coach Collins usually sticks with the young Irishman in every starting lineup so far this season.
Patrick Nielsen, defender out of Denmark, on it right now for Atlanta. What type of game does Atlanta United 2 want to establish here in the early going?
Well, a lot of possession. They get their rhythm from short passing. They mimic their first team in the MLS. That 4-3-3 formation does allow for a lot of possession, a lot of ball handlers. Even the guys at the back like Caleb Wiley right now, only 16 years old.
What were you doing when you were 16?
I was hanging out at the mall.
Learning how to drive?
Yes.
Still learning. Here's Malik Johnson. Johnson tries to cross it in. And Rowdies pressing lightly. Atlanta United 2 will counter. Chop with a nice ball and some nifty footwork. John A got it tied up. Jordan Scarlett came over as well, and Scarlett, look at the speed. Number 5 brings to the pitch for Tampa Bay, and the foul will be called.
Well, Johnny is pretty slippery and nifty on that wing, but Jordan Scarlett using that positioning, that wily old veteran, there he is, using that body, just bodying the attacker off the ball. Never left his feet until he was fouled.
Former New York Red Bull too. Says Coach Collins has certainly brought the best out of him so far this year.
Talk about chemistry in that back three now with Guillen, Lasso and Scarlett. Coach Collins could not have asked if anything more from his new trio at the back.
Here's Scarlett. Now he'll take it upfield as Malik Johnson, his second start this season for Tampa Bay, goes out of bounds. Johnson, of course, wearing number 14 for the Rowdies. Did not score last week, but oh, did he have a spectacular assist to Lucky Mkosana.
It was so timely as well. The Rowdies were chasing the game last week against Miami, and the delivery from Malik Johnson was just impeccable. Oh, what a great bit of delivery by Evan Lauro. Just sliced the field in half there.
Sebastian Dahlgaard here in the 6th minute to throw it in. Dahlgaard, 5 goals last year for Hartford Athletic, yet to score for Tampa Bay this season. Several players looking to get in the book. Kyle Murphy's another, Ryan, that you feel perhaps is due tonight.
I think tonight is the night against this Atlanta United too. No shame in that. This Rowdies team is just clicking on all cylinders, and Kyle Murphy playing that number 9 role is going to be end of on crosses like this.
Malik Johnson with the cross. Tejada was lurking. Johnson will get it back for the Rowdies. Ekra and now Johnson. Good possession here for Tampa Bay. Crowd enjoying it at Al Lang Stadium. Rowdies, well, Tejada tried to turn that time perhaps just a little too soon.
Well, a little bit of trickery by Malik Johnson, just wrong-footing the defense and looking for the fox in the box. Juan Tejada, but the pass was just about half a foot too far from Tejada. Here's the original cross, a low grounder. Good defending in the end by Mojadama. Juan Tejada with that tireless running and selfless, just giving of himself. Usually winds up in spots where he can score.
Well, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, go to selectsportamerica.com. That's selectsportamerica.com. 8th minute, Rowdies threatening once again. Passing is very crisp. Here in the first 10 minutes of this game, Malik Johnson, a little bit more magic. Johnson crosses, shoots. Oh, rebound came out that time. It looked like Murphy was just a foot away from scoring his first.
Well, what a bit of magic by Malik Johnson on this right-hand side. The game is only 7 minutes old, and number 14 has a mind of his own, just dictating and pulling the strings. Here he is again, turning young Caleb Wiley inside out. He cuts back and then just flicks the ball back again. A low, hard shot, and Kyle Murphy just from 3 feet out. Just so unlucky not to get his first goal of the season.
So Malik Johnson continues to dazzle for Tampa Bay. Well, we thought, at least last year, Ryan, he just showed the ability to go that one way to his right side. Now, he's going both ways. He's basically indefensible at the moment.
Correct. Unless you have somebody covering behind you as a defender, you're left on an island. And that is a thankless job to have right now with Malik Johnson in this sort of form.
Of course, limited crowd here at Al Lang, but they are making their presence felt. Here in the first 10 minutes, Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Great to have you with us on ESPN Plus. Rowdies in Atlanta United 2. Atlanta United 2 looking for their second 3 points of this 2020 campaign as Jordan Scarlett sizes things up from the center circle. Now the Rowdies will retreat briefly. And the Rowdies have been able to just put together some magnificent passing strings so far in this unbeaten streak. This one gets cut off, though, by John A. And now he's got the Rowdies retreating, but there is Ekra cutting off another run.
Well, that's just one of his tools that he brings to the table. Jan Ekra tracking all the way back with the runner, dispossessing him, and immediately moves the ball to the other side of the field to create space for Forrest Lasso and for this Rowdies attack. Just watching to see how high the Rowdies are going to press. It's all the way up in the Atlanta last third of the field.
Atlanta United 2 with Boubacar Njai. He'll spread it wide. This is Johnny. Johnny with the left foot. Switches the point of attack. Look out, Tampa Bay. Able to clog up that box that time. Deflected out. And here's Atlanta once more. Cut it back. No damage done.
Good defense in the end by the Rowdies, holding their marks. Everyone was disciplined in their spacing, making this Atlanta team retreat. But look at the ball handling by Atlanta, though. Everyone seems so sure of themselves. Nobody's shying away from the pass. Madu Jadama is third in the USL in passing, so he starts off the attack all the way at the back.
Well, Las Vegas takes center stage August 25th when Lights FC battles Orange County SC on ESPN Deportes. Both Las Vegas, Lights, and Orange County face a must-win on a national stage. Don't miss the drama. August 25th, 10 p.m. ESPN Deportes. So far, both teams have had one very good opportunity, but we are still scoreless. Here in the 11th minute as you take a look at Aaron Guillen, the defender from Mexico.
Had a stint in Cruz Azul, a decorated team in Mexico, did Aaron Guillen. So coming from some prestige to bring to this Rowdy table.
Malik Johnson, you see an extra defender come over this time. Johnson says, bring it. Right side, left side, switching it back. Johnson crosses. Header is on! Oh, nearly crossed that line. Fans thought it did. We'll play on.
Well, Atlanta breathe again. It was Sebastian Dalgard, the Great Dane, on that left-hand side. Malik Johnson again, just a clever little chip at the end. And Dalgard trying to cash in with his first goal. Here it is. Lovely touch on the ball, just floated it to the last post. And here's Dalgard doing his job, coming in from that left side, crashing the last post, and great save by Lungard. His second for the game. It takes him for 37 for the year. The young Atlanta keeper.
Look at Mackie Chop right there, number 7 for Atlanta United too. Talk about a big target. It says 6'3". He looks about 6'6" out there on the pitch, doesn't he?
And he plays about 6'7", you're right. Just such a good player to have and to use as an outlet in the last third of the field when things become so congested.
Juan Tejada, get it to Malik Johnson once more. Johnson has been on fire so far in this game. Drives one into the box, gets deflected out. As Jordan Doherty touches out to Jan Ekra.
I love the change of approach by Malik Johnson, though. He has taken on Caleb Wiley on the last 3 occasions. This time just wants to swing it in first time to keep the defender guessing. As Caleb Wiley, of course, backs up from Malik Johnson.
Good early flow from the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Just looking at this Atlanta team backing all the way up. No pressure on Aaron Guillen. They're sitting right back up in their last third. Maybe trying to catch this Rowdies team on a counter-attack. Just trying to congest the box. Let's see about Gwenzati and
Doherty to Ekra. Jan Ekra, nifty footwork. Tejada had a touch. Doherty now from distance. Switches it over, and here's that man again. Malik Johnson. Johnson will send it in. Headed right back out.
Well, Johnny came back with some reinforcements there for Caleb Wiley. And Malik Johnson just could not deliver the cross this time.
Tampa Bay Rowdies dominating possession here over the past 5 minutes. Now they'll operate from the far side. Dalgard to Ekra. This is Doherty. Scarlett will touch it as well. Now they'll attack. Very patient. Gwenzati back out to Johnson. This is the way Neil Collins wants his side to play all season long. Spread them out, make them play defense. Send one in a little bit high that time. Gwenzati gives chase, but it's across the end line.
Well, with the formation being a 3-5-2 and showing up with 2 wing backs every week, you're going to have to use the width of the field, and the quicker the Rowdies can switch the play, the quicker they can get a pass into the middle while the defense tries to reset from the movement going side to side. It's been so effective for Coach Collins in the last 2 years.
Well, it takes incredible courage and an incredible team to beat cancer. As a top-ranked cancer hospital, Moffitt offers every resource available to help you win your fight. Visit Moffitt.org to learn more. 15 minutes in, scoreless here in Tampa Bay. With a likely monsoon lurking, moving from south to north. Rowdies trying to get into the scoring column here early. Guenzati attacking, spreads it again to Johnson. Getting a little extra help over there. I think much needed. Send it right back and misread it that time. Guenzati went left and the pass was right.
Great idea by Doherty as Malik Johnson gets all this attention. He's drawing the honey and drawing the bees to him. So as he releases it back into the middle, Jordan Doherty is going to find some space to make some through passes to Guenzati and Kyle Murphy.
Just about to say, if you're Jan Ekra, if you're Murphy, with all this attention to Doherty, who do you think is going to benefit most here?
I think Kyle Murphy and Guenzati, as that defense begins to loosen up. It looks like the referee is going to have a word with Evan Lungard. Taking a little too long to take those goal kicks.
Ben Lungard mentioned those 35 saves. I mean, just to give you an idea, Evan Loro has 13 saves for the Rowdies. That's how many shots Lungard has faced this season. Nearly 3 times as much. Well, available for the Rowdies tonight off the bench, of course, Lakowecki will be ready to go. Lewis Hilton, we mentioned in the pregame, usually a starter. And Leo Fernandez, another superstar for Tampa Bay, has not been available over the past week. He is back tonight, and he is available if needed.
Well, we talked about the depth of this Rowdies team, and Leo Fernandez being on the bench. You could see Coach Collins just being patient with his star player because of the amount of quality he has to come in, like Sebastian Delgado on that left-hand side, just to fill that role. And so many other players can do damage. Coach Collins building this team from the ground up, having this Rowdies team with a whopping 5 wins, 3 draws, no losses, 18 points to the runaway leaders of Group H.
Tejada shields off a defender. Now the Rowdies in motion. Here's Guenzati. Saba trying to get by the keeper. He has gone. Tejada, the Fox in the box. Denied. Inside the 6. Had a wall in front of him. And somehow Atlanta United 2 eludes another goal.
Well, it seemed to happen in slow motion. The flick by Kyle Murphy was just magisterial. And here is Sebastian Guenzati. Just goes around Ben Lungard. Serves it into Tejada. But great tackle by Ajama. There he is again, the captain. Great attacking and desperate defending by Ajama, the number 3.
So it's a Morgan Auto Group corner kick for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Sebastian Dahlgaard will do the honors. He's the outswinger. Ball is sent high. Tejada goes up for it.
Looks like he said the ball went out of play. He went over the crossbar and back into play.
How about the Rowdies' early chances?
You know, if you're Coach Collins, you're happy with the type of play in the last third, but oh, you want a goal to show, to cap that off. This Atlanta team, desperate defending like we just talked about. You're always in the hunt to counter-attack with players like Job. So as happy as Coach Collins is about the style of play and creating those chances, he's going to know he's going to want a goal to show for that.
Rowdies continue to dominate possession. Tejada. Again, sent it down the middle. And it's skated over. Guenzati picked up by Lundgaard. And Atlanta will build from the back.
Just looking at the altercation that... Oh, great move by Will Riley, the number 16, to evade Seba Guenzati.
That time Ekra, though, intercepted him. Well, Ekra has been just tremendous defensively so far in this match, and now Guenzati.
Oh.
Doghard, Tejada, spread it around. One Tejada! Great save by Lundgaard.
He is getting more and more dangerous in and around the box. Juan Tejada, this time creating some room for himself. Great first-time ball in from Sebastian Delgado to his feet. To his feet, no problem. One shimmy to the left, then to the right. Found room for the shot, and a great save by Ben Lundgaard at the end. Kyle Murphy thought he was brought down with the follow-up by Mojadama, but the referee says no penalty.
Here's Doherty. Jordan Doherty. Rowdies once again reset. Doghard has had the ball at his feet for a lot of time here tonight, trying to do something with it. Extra defender comes over. He'll find Ekra.
Well, Malik Johnson's dribbling is contagious right now.
Doherty with a blast. Jordan Doherty scores from distance. Rowdies lead 1-0.
Shock and awe. It's Jordan Doherty with an absolute scud from 25 yards out. They back up and he just lets it fly. What a shot. Low down to Ben Lundgaard's right. Jan Ekra sees Doherty, rolls it to him. The Irishman looks up, sizes it up and puts his laces through it. 1-0 Tampa, and what a way to get it. This Atlanta backline has been sitting deep, and Jordan Doherty made them pay with one of the goals of the week in the USL next week.
The maturation process for Jordan Doherty has been slow throughout the past 2 years, but you just saw it in the body language. I'm going to do this.
The confidence, Drew.
Boy, did he ever do it.
The confidence comes from the passing, from staying in position, from doing everything right for so long. And then when that moment comes about, that's where the confidence is there to make an effort or have an effort like that.
"22nd minute goal for Jordan Doherty, and the Rowdies on top. Hey, don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Follow your club on ESPN.com. Search for the Rowdies, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on the Rowdies' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow your club.
But that changes nothing with this Atlanta United 2 team. They play one way, attacking, aggressive. So whether they were down a goal or the scores were even, Atlanta United are still going to play open soccer.
Rowdies leading under the lights here at Al Lang. Another gorgeous pass by Johnson. The shot, well, just hits the crossbar. Guenzati nearly had another.
Good defending by Atlanta. They're crowding out Malik Johnson. What an effort by El Capitan. Just a little bit of daylight and he crushed it against the post.
Boy, the Rowdies are playing with free spirits here tonight, taking chances, connecting, reading each other better than they ever have throughout the year here in their 9th game. And play right now down. It's John Ney on the turf for Atlanta. One more opportunity for Tampa Bay.
Beautiful ball in from Malik Johnson, and Guenzati one time. That whiz past Ben Lundgaard, and the woodwork came to his rescue. And the young Johnny is in a perplexed position here.
So Lamin Johnny, forward out of Gambia. 24 years old. And right now favoring the right heel. Atlanta United too with 6 points so far this season. A 1-6-3 record. Mentioned that road trip they've had to go on here. This is their third straight game on the road, and a tough way to do it, with another trip here to Al Lang Stadium, a place they've never won. And the Rowdies, the attack has just been relentless here in the past 15 minutes.
Just Malik Johnson drawing the attention again. Johnny with the challenge. Just looking for the injury here. Not much to show from that frame.
So Ryan, on that Rowdies goal, the blast by Jordan Doherty, we mentioned how Malik Johnson was pulling defenders out to the right. That opened up that middle. Do you think that was a result of what Johnson has been doing early in this match?
Correct. The amount of attention, and also Sebastian Dalgard, he's shown that he can dribble as well. So as the ball goes from left to right, the Atlanta United team is constantly shifting. So eventually it's going to start to break apart a little bit. So as the ball comes back into the middle, people like Jordan Doherty, Jan Ekra, and Sebastian Guenzati are going to find some room. Now Guenzati hit the post a little while ago, but Jordan Doherty, well, that's going to be on the highlight reel on ESPN for the upcoming week.
Only so much ground you can cover.
Correct.
So we play on. 26th minute. And a 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay.
This is one for the future right here, number 16, Will Riley. Such a good player.
Only his second season playing for Atlanta United too. Youngster out of Atlanta. What a great soccer factory that Atlanta market is. And tell you what, their head coach, Tony Annan, he knows that Atlanta market better than anybody else. He is the founder of the Georgia United Soccer Club.
Boy, have they been flocking to that area, all the talented players.
Surprising also, Coach Frank de Boer no longer with the first team. A successful run comes to an end just before the MLS clubs head back to their home stadiums. Here's Johnny now attacking the left side, and he's got Scarlett on him like a blanket. Contact in the box. Jordan's got to be careful.
It looks like it's going to be a corner kick. Jordan Scarlett. Now, if I were him, I would be a little happy that the referee pointed out for a corner kick. As Johnny is asking himself, well, that would look more like a penalty. And if Jordan Scarlett is upset that it's a corner kick, that means he had to have hit Johnny instead of the ball.
Jordan Scarlett, third round MLS draft pick in 2017 for New York. This is Coleman Gannon. Jack Gurr will send it in. And the ball heads across the end line. Evan Laura will now take care of things for the Rowdies.
Now, if you're Atlanta United too, don't be surprised. Jack Gurr, #1 in the USL. Oh, sorry, second in the USL. And here's Jordan Scarlett bodying off Johnny. And then he goes to ground just miles away from the ball. And he definitely hit Johnny. That is a penalty on a Saturday, a Sunday, and twice on a Monday.
Rowdies perhaps get a break there. And this ball gets away. And here's John A. once more for the visitors. Abdoulaye Diop, out of Senegal, former Eastern Florida State College star, was a terror on the junior college level. Ball gets deflected out. And for Eastern Florida, played for Oliver Twelvetrees. Coach that is now headed to CSU Pueblo. Was once on our Rowdies broadcast. Ryan, great coach. Aaron Guillen tosses it in for Tampa Bay. Scarlett, and now Johnson. Malik Johnson, just unguardable thus far. Rowdies feeling that. Tejada now will operate from the middle of the park. Lots of room on the left side, and the Rowdies exploit it. Dalgard. Ekra sends it right back to Guillen. And Doggard limping just a bit, pulls up a little lame there, and the Rowdies will have to check on 23. Looks like he is okay.
Drew, just looking at this Rowdies formation, usually it's a 3-5-2, and they designate somebody to be a number 10. Looked like it switched to a 3-4-3 with both Juan Tejada and Sebastian Guenzati playing as two number 10s, with Kyle Murphy being that lone number 9 up top.
This one sails across the box.
Great touch by Caleb Wiley.
Now John A. lays into it. Forced lasso, the lumberjack in the back, gets shoved down, and now Loro's got to come out. The goal is open, and Loro able to just suck that ball right up and in.
Well, the referee has given away two suspicious fouls there. The John A. one, and then Forrest Lasso being hounded by Job. And both of them, one could have been a penalty and one a free kick for the Rowdies there. But the referee swallowed his whistle on both ends.
How about that play by Loro? How does he get a hold of this ball? I thought this ball was a sure goal.
Well, that was usually a foul for the defender, but then Loro goes down bravely at Job's feet and saved a certain goal for Atlanta United.
Back on the other side now. Guenzati. The ball sent back, and now this is Jordan Scarlett. Rowdies have a chance now to good possession. Malik Johnson sends it across the box. Header. Oh, Lundgaard there to pick it up. Great idea, though, by Seba.
What a peach of a cross it was from Malik Johnson, picking out the Uruguayan in the middle of the box there with red and black shirts all around him. It was pinpoint accuracy. Great skill by a Job. Number 5
goes down in the center circle, quickly back up. 2 chops. And the starting lineup for Atlanta United: 2, Abdoulaye Diop, number 5, and Amadou Maki Diop, number 7. 32nd minute. Here the crowd, the Skyway Casuals and Ralph's mob in attendance here at Al Lang Stadium. Slowly more fans being allowed to enter the park. Started out with about 150. Now it looks like about 250 to 300 here in the stadium, and the ones that are here is into it as ever.
He creates such a great vibe for this place, for visitors who come to see the Al Lang Stadium, and for the, of course, the home fans as well.
And now a hydration break in the 33rd minute. Tampa Bay leading Atlanta United 2 by a score of 1-0. Drew Felios with Ryan Davis. Well, so excited you're with us tonight on ESPN Plus. Saturday night in USL Championship action, and here's some of the flurries we've seen thus far. Abdoulaye Diop nearly got on the score sheet. Rowdies came right back. Malik Johnson with just some incredible footwork. Oh, a near goal by Doggard. And actually that was Kyle Murphy that time. Johnson went back to work. This one lofted, and Doggard that time on the header nearly had one.
Beautiful crossing by Malik Johnson. Sebastian Doggard doing his job, coming in from the left. Powerful header. Ben Lundgaard did the right thing, got it out. Atlanta at that time breathed again. But as things loosen up, Juan Tejada creating some space for himself. Look at the shot, and Ben Lundgaard, a great save again of a great effort by Juan Tejada. There's Sebastian Guenzati now rocking the woodwork with a great shot at the first post. And then we all remember Jordan Doherty's 25-yard scud to break the shackles and give the Rowdies a 1-0 lead here.
Invite you to hit us up on Twitter tonight at Drew Sports TV and at Ryan Davis. Come on, you Rowdies. Of course, the abbreviation COYR. Be sure and tell Ryan what a great job he's doing. Already been hit up so far. David Goldie, Charles Gallagher, diehard Rowdies fans hitting us up on Twitter as always. We thank you, gentlemen. We thank all Rowdies fans.
Also want to thank the Latin American market now, all the way in the Caribbean. And the Latin Americans like we talk about, welcome. Hope you guys enjoying the broadcast.
Aaron Guillen will throw it in now for Tampa Bay. Rowdies have dominated time of possession. And also they've had several more chances than Atlanta. Lone goal by Jordan Doherty, second year Tampa Bay Rowdy member. 2 assists on the year, and now he's got a goal. He is on the score sheet.
Look at the skill man, number 14, Njai, just a little while ago, turning away from the Rowdies' pressure and playing it back to Ben Lundgaard. Most players would have cracked under that pressure, but the number 14 is so skilled for Atlanta United too.
Well, it takes an amazing team to be the #1 construction firm in Central Florida. At Ripa & Associates, we believe in investing in our employees and in our community. Go to ripaconstruction.com to learn more.
Just looking at the desperation by the Rowdies in the middle of the park to win that ball.
Malik Johnson lost it that time. Good effort. And look at Doherty, track it down. Oh, very smartly, Jordan Doherty playing like a savvy veteran.
Well, great recovery by Caleb Wiley. Oh, good tackle.
Lasso goes down, and that's a nasty tackle from behind. A sure yellow card. Mackie Jop on top of him.
Looks like Aaron Guillen is signaling to the sidelines. Forrest Lasso still writhing in pain here.
So the lumberjack in the back, name that he has earned throughout this season, down for Tampa Bay. He is the emotional leader for the Rowdies.
Looks like the referee's going to the words rather than the card. Nope, there he goes. Jop has earned himself into the referee's book.
Atlanta United yellow card.
Here it comes. Here's Lasso about to deliver the ball, and on that foot that's planted, here it comes. The follow through, and while the cleats are planted into the grass, any sort of pressure on the side is going to have it turn. And that's going to be a painful experience, as Forrest Lasso just experienced.
Lasso, the consummate professional, and that's a great sign of sportsmanship right there. As Mackie Jop comes over. Jop has scored 5 goals this season, the top goal scorer tonight in red and black. Those two have been battling thus far.
Yeah, a little bit of professional rivalry. Jop coming across and shaking hands with Forrest Lasso. Just looking at Juan Tejada tirelessly pressing, not giving the red and black any time at the back. Since the Rowdies have 3 up in front with Tejada, Kyle Murphy and Seba Guenzati, there's not much room to play about in their own third.
Remember last time Atlanta was here, they went on top 1-0. Rowdies were playing uphill for most of the night. But Jackson Conway, the guy who scored that goal, not in the lineup tonight for Atlanta. See Scarlett battling once more. He shields off the Atlanta United 2-player. Jordan Scarlett all over the place here early.
Just beautiful, beautiful defending, using his body and his whereabouts to hold the forward off, to stand up in that space. So between the forward and the ball, just bodying him off and snuffing out the attack.
Another tie up and another foul.
So the big rave about Jordan Scarlett, it's so hard for defenders to get that sort of recognition. But you're seeing it tonight with this young, exciting Atlanta team in town. Just taking his time and bodying the forwards off the ball, not sliding, not being rash. Once you leave your feet, you've lost the battle as a defender. And Jordan Scarlett staying on his feet. And just making work very hard for the Atlanta forwards and wingers.
Rowdies connecting the dots now. Guenzati back to Johnson. Doherty, so calm. Tejada, such a presence. This is just beautiful passing here. Fans enjoying it. Touch now, and the Rowdies attacking, shooting, and scoring! What a goal! And it's the first one on the year for Kyle Murphy.
Well, what a way to break the duck. Kyle Murphy steps up, and he just steps into the shot. Boom, there it is. No chance for Ben Lundgaard. Here it is again, a better angle. just smacks it. It kisses the post. And that was it, 2-0. Two fantastic strikes by the Rowdies tonight. But Kyle Murphy was sniffing it since the beginning of the game. He wanted to get off the mark, and boy did he. Ben Lundgaard beaten by two amazing strikes tonight. No fault of his own, but the Rowdies forwards have been on the mark all night long. And the number 9 gets on the board.
Simply could not have placed it better. Rowdies faithful. And the smoke we've all been waiting to smell throughout 2020. It is a party right now at Al Stadium.
No pyro, no party, Drew. That was the famous headline from the Rowdies faithful all season long.
In about 7-8 minutes, we're going to take a deep breath for our halftime. A very special halftime brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Neil Collins will join us. We'll talk to the Rowdies head man. Also USL Championship storylines. And Dr. George Ciampa, special interview with him regarding, of course, the COVID protocol and USL Championship, along with first half stats and highlights. It's all in our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Two tremendous goals. Rowdies working it right now. Here's another. Lundgaard up to the task.
Well, they're lining up from beyond the street, Drew, to get a shot in on goal. It was Sebastian Dalgard coming in. Sized it up and let it fly.
Rowdies are putting on a clinic here thus far. Lob went over. We saw Rowdies trying to get in stride that time. Dalgard, here's the last strike though. I mean, just imagine being Lundgaard here. You know it's coming.
Is pure heat. And Ben Lundgaard does great to punch it to safety. Modern soccer balls, the balls are wobbling everywhere. So hard for goalkeepers. The more this Atlanta team plays with a deep defensive line, the more the Rowdies midfielders and forwards are dropping into that space and letting it fly.
You know what I love about this first half also? We love all Rowdies goals, no matter what shape, form they come in. But Ryan, they haven't come from Tejada and Guenzati in the usual cast. It's been Doherty for the first time this year, and Kyle Murphy, other guys stepping up.
Well said, Drew. I mean, the usual suspects usually deliver the Rowdies in the scoreline. But to have these players step up and get on the mark, it is such a relief for Coach Collins. It's such a relief for the forwards, you know, such like Tejada and Guenzati, that they don't have to carry the load.
Neil Collins. Gotta love what his team is doing right now if you're a Rowdies fan. Malik Johnson has been fabulous. His presence has been large, especially in that first 20 minutes. He got that Atlanta defense to respect his presence, and other Rowdies role players have simply stepped up and said, okay, we're going to take this, and they have.
I think the formation has helped a lot too. Switching to that 3-4-3 with Juan Tejada and Seba Guenzati stepping into that zone in front of the defense gives Kyle Murphy some room to play with and some service. And also gives some room for the wingers as well, as players get sucked in to Tejada and Guenzati.
Tony Annan, brand new coach for Atlanta United 2. Team certainly responded in that game in late July, their first win at Miami, a 4-3 contest. Of course, you've had Malik Johnson, who's really benefited also. He has really taken his game to the next level here in the past month.
And make no mistakes, people are watching players like Malik Johnson, who's just excelling at such a rate. And this guy in the ball, Njai, such a skilled player. Number 14, can play deep, can play higher up in the park, in the midfield. Number 16, Will Riley for Atlanta.
I think Atlanta United 2 needs a little bit more from Mo Jadama. Also, you'll remember what George Campbell and Lawrence White did last year. They're both on the first team. Right now, such great talent, but the cohesion of this Rowdies side thus far, the teamwork has just been sensational.
44 minutes, I'm sure Coach Annan can't wait to get to the locker room and have a discussion about this. Take a standing 8 count, as they say in boxing. As the pressure is relentless, and Jordan Scarlett has been on his game.
See how much extra time coming up here, we'll let you know. As we come up here on the end of regulation. Here's Atlanta trying to strike before intermission. John A, nothing doing. Johnson comes away with it, and we got 3 minutes of extra time. 3 minutes.
The clock is stopped at 45.
Another Rowdy will go down.
Being kept on the field.
And Malik Johnson gets up.
A minimum of 3 minutes of extra time in the first half.
And another yellow is on the way for Atlanta.
And Njai just got himself in the book there. Just a tackle of frustration on Malik Johnson. Has done a lot of work in this half with little to show for it in number 14.
I think good confidence, good sportsmanship also from Malik Johnson, not getting out of sorts when something like this happens. End of the first half, you know halftime is right around the corner. Don't start anything extracurricular. Your team is in control.
Just staying professional. Coach Collins preaches about that so much in his locker room. And Malik Johnson seems to be maturing as a player and a person. I'll tell you what, you hang around Coach Collins long enough, it's going to rub off on you. He is a pure leader, and he has built this team with hammer and stone.
That's one thing over the past few years, too, that the Rowdies haven't always had. Those players that in situations know how to really keep their cool and not let the moment kind of get the best of them. They've got veterans this year that really have been as cool as a cucumber.
Like a Jordan Scarlett and a Forrest Lasso back there. Just two leaders. Here's Scarlett.
Scarlett going down. Tejada. And now Ekra. Jan Ekra picking up right where he left off last week. Runs into a double team. Njai will take it away, and Boubacar Njai now
Beautiful.
Attacks.
Beautiful by Njai. The ball was too long, but dispossessing Jan Ekra was a thing of beauty by the number 14.
Atlanta United 2's got some great individual pieces, but sometimes that cohesion lacks.
Yeah, bringing so many pieces in and out of games every week, it's so hard for them to gel. But the talent is there. Coach Annan is going to have a firm grip on this group for the rest of the season. As Aaron Guillen, the Mexican, was such a talk about a statistical leader. Guillen playing for North Carolina last year, leading that team in interceptions. Has certainly proved his worth in this Rowdies team so far. Undroppable so far.
Jan Ekra issued a yellow card. Just happened moments ago. Not exactly sure what happened. See if we can possibly get an explanation at some point tonight. But right now, we'll head to the locker room with the Rowdies up 2-0 over Atlanta United 2. Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show is just around the corner.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome to Halftime, brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Plan your next adventure at visittampa.bay.com, where treasure awaits. It is halftime, and the Rowdies on top of Atlanta United 2 by a score of 2-0. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Drew Felios. Very special moment this week for Neil Collins, Rowdies head coach. As Coach Collins, we spoke to him earlier, and we asked him about the honor of pursuing his UEFA 2020 pro license.
Yeah, it's a huge honour to be part of a very select course. I think first of all I need to thank the club, you know, Lee Cohen and the owners at the Rays, just their support and they've shown in trying to develop me as a coach, and I think ultimately it helps the club and the team. So definitely an exciting time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Let's talk some Rowdies soccer now. That goal by Lucky M. Kosana last week, that spectacular header, capped off 23 straight passes. What can you say about this brand of soccer the Rowdies are playing this year?
Yeah, you know, it's exciting, and I think the most exciting part, Drew, is we've got a lot more to come. I think we've had some patches of good play and some moments that we need to improve on, but the players are really keen to improve and put it all together for a full 90 minutes. And beyond that, you know, for the rest of the season. So we're really keen to just keep improving, build the chemistry. But that goal was a sign that things are on the right tracks.
Yeah, Coach, finishing the season, especially those second half of seasons the last few years, have not been the Rowdies' strong point. How can you make sure that 2020 is different?
I think when you look at the depth of our squad, that's again by design to try and help us in that second half of the season. But, you know, I should say this is a totally different season compared to any others for the obvious reasons. So we've only played 8 games and we're already into the second half of the season. It's strange. We don't know what impact it'll have, and we hope that every player will be fresh and ready to go as we get closer to the end of the season. So still a lot of unknowns, but we've tried to certainly build a squad capable to challenge for the whole season.
Coach, your recruiting has been outstanding, especially this year. Talk about the 3 L's: Lasso, Loro, and also Hilton, and, you know, just that back, how it has gelled so far this year.
Yeah, again, I think we spend a lot of time in recruitment, as does, I'm sure, every USL club. We believe we've got in not just good players but good characters, and the guys you mentioned are just great mentality, desperate to win, and they show that not just on the field but every day, the way they go about training. And that's the big part for this club, is not just on the field but how do they prepare to play, because that's where a lot of the good work is done. So really pleased with them, and I think they've got a long way to still go to get to where they want to be, and that's what's exciting again about that.
Yeah, Lewis Hilton, that 3rd L, he'll come off the bench tonight. Coach, what can we expect the rest of the year now for Rowdy Soccer?
I really hope improved performances, continued good results. You never, unfortunately, know what's round the corner, but if we can keep a clean bill of health for everyone, by and large, I really feel that we're going to go from strength to strength. So hopefully we can keep playing exciting soccer for the fans, because ultimately that's who we're here to please.
Rowdies head coach Neil Collins. Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a phenomenal season so far. USL Championship Soccer, as the league continues to play under COVID protocol. Well done throughout the league. And now our conversation with Dr. George Champas, courtesy of Mike Watts, here on USL Championship Night Soccer.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. Champus, the U.S. Soccer has recently instituted the Play On campaign. Try and explain what this looks like in the grassroots communities around the country all the way to the professional level.
Yeah, Mike, I think it starts first and foremost with each of our stakeholders, whether you're a club, a coach, a parent, a player. It starts with setting a tone. It starts with setting a culture. And really setting realistic expectations, understanding that COVID is a virus is going to be with us for an unknown amount of time. The guidelines are very basic and fundamental. What Play On has really created is a single voice and something that all of us can point to as a safe and responsible way that our kids can develop, continue to play the sport, can come together in a very responsible way under the guidance of local, state, and national guidelines that really can be one that highlights our sport across the country and in the world. And Play On has demonstrated, I think, over the last 2 months, a very consistent message, and that hasn't changed.
Dr. George Champus, Chief Medical Officer for U.S. Soccer, thank you for not only your time now, but also the work you and healthcare heroes around the country have done over the past months.
All right, storylines for this week in USL Championship. Sac Republic's Cameron Iwasa, ninth to record 50 regular season goals at USL Championship play. Indy 11's Evan Newton also first to 50 in the regular season for shutouts in league history. Corey Herzog, one of the greats in USL Championship, moves into third place on the USL Championship regular season. His goal-scoring list was 65 netters. And the top 5 rankings, the power rankings, Rowdies right now second, Orange County SC in first place with Phoenix, Indy 11, and San Antonio FC. How about our team of the week? There it is right there. Lewis has been tremendous. Zico Lewis for Charleston. Rowdy's certainly going to have to deal with him in the future. I mentioned what Herzog has done, rather, across the last week. And the Rowdies still on top in Group H, 4 better than Charleston. They need 3 more points tonight to keep their distance. Atlanta and Miami still bringing up the rear. When we come back, highlights and stats. You're watching Rowdies Soccer on ESPN+.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baker's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
A great challenge still lies before us, Florida. And as we try to understand this new normal, we must remember, things aren't normal. Not yet. So let's all keep doing our part to stay healthy until it is. We are One Florida. And Florida Blue remains committed to the one place we've ever called home.
The fighting spirit is one we all share. Amanda Nunes wears hers with pride. From standing up for herself against the doubters, to being the only woman in her MMA training gym. Amanda refused to let stereotypes get in her way. Whether inside the octagon or out. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
First half highlights for the Rowdies and Atlanta United 2. Early chance for the visitors. Big strike right here by Abdoulaye Diop. Evan Loro up to the task. Rowdies come right back. Malik Johnson, a big first half.
Malik Johnson doing his dancing at his best on the right-hand side, creating havoc. Kyle Murphy denied, just 3 yards away from the goal line. Here's Johnson again, little chip to the back post. Sebastian Dalgard with the big header, and a great save by Ben Lungard. There's Malik Johnson again with a lovely floater and a great header and a good save. Atlanta stay with it, 0-0. Here's Seba Guenzati, El Capitan with a rocket off the woodwork. It flies off the post. Atlanta breathe again. The score stays at 0.
But the Rowdies attacking from the edges. What does that do? It opens up the middle for strikes like this. Kyle Murphy.
Kyle Murphy stepping into this one and getting off the mark. It kisses off the post. And that gives the Rowdies a 2-0 lead. Number 9 finally getting off the mark. And what a way to get it. What a strike. As Tampa take a commanding 2-0 lead in this first half.
Jordan Doherty also had a goal for the Rowdies in the 22nd minute to get Tampa Bay on the score sheet as the win picks up here at Al Lang. Big number that you see thus far, Ryan.
10 shots to 2, 6 from inside the box, 4 from outside the box. The Rowdies doing the damage by moving the ball from side to side and loosening up the middle, and by doing that, taking advantage of the shots given to them.
Atlanta United 2 yellow cards. 1 nasty takedown on Forrest Lasso as our first half came to a close. All right, second half about to begin amongst a virtual rainstorm. And Ryan, we ask you the big key for the Rowdies and for Atlanta moving forward.
Well, I think Rowdies just have to continue to maintain possession with Guenzati and Tejada dropping deep to facilitate in the last third. They have to continue to do that and continue to feed the wings. For Atlanta, they have to get physical. They have to disrupt Jan Ekra and Jordan Doherty, disrupt that play in the middle, and then cause counterattacks and try to get some easy goals. To build the ball all the way from the back through 35 passes and get a goal is too hard. Get some counterattacks, get some easy goals, and get back in the game.
Good stuff from Ryan Davis as we get set for half number 2. Neil Collins and the Rowdies are out of the locker room. The wind is picked up here at Al Lang. There you see Rowdies President Lee Cohen having a few words with Neil Collins, and we expect some raindrops, and hopefully that's all we get. Hopefully no lightning in the area here around downtown St. Pete, as the wind certainly whipping right now around the park, and thunderstorms are kind of closing in on the Tampa Bay area. Rowdies with a 2-goal lead over Atlanta United 2, trying to maintain their distance in Group H, leading Charleston with Atlanta and Miami. Rowdies with a 9-goal differential, +9 throughout the year thus far. If they get the win tonight, it'll be +11. If that score were to hold. Seba Guenzati back in the 11 tonight. He's made a difference. Malik Johnson has made a huge difference. And the Rowdies getting goals from 2 unlikely sources, Jordan Doherty and Kyle Murphy. We're ready for half number 2 as the Rowdies face off with Atlanta United 2. And a substitution, Morales in for Nielsen. That's Morales for Nielsen for the visitors.
Morales, the tall center-back, scored on his debut last week against Charleston. So what a moment it was for the youngster. He's in the game now.
Just see the flags on the far side of the field. And a great job by our camera crew trying to keep things steady. There's different conditions here with Sebastian Dalgard attacking for Tampa Bay. Malik Johnson now will play on the far side.
Well, Malik Johnson has to read. Once those black shirts start to corral him, he has to find that outlet quickly and make them pay for giving him too much attention on that wing.
Gia now. Doherty chips it over to Johnson. Johnson for Tejada. Tejada trying to get out of traffic. Oh, does a great job keeping the ball. He is so elusive.
Great job at the end by Atlanta United too.
Doherty just relentless too, just not letting Atlanta take possession.
He's often the first defender. Once the ball is given away, he's right up on top of the defenders, trying to stop them from releasing the ball and distributing it. So not only is the attacker, but turns into that first defender once that ball is given up.
You know the old saying, Ryan, how difficult it is to beat a team, any team, 3 times in one season. Rowdies have 2 victories already over Atlanta, one on July 11th. That was our first game back after the quarantine. It was a 2-1 victory. Then 2-0 on August 12th. And tonight, a 2-0 lead on Atlanta here in the 48th minute.
I think we kind of touched on it on the end of the first half. This Rowdies team is built, oh, a great move by Morales, by the way, to be just that, a team sort of solidifying and working its way through trials and tribulance. But this Atlanta United team, they are breeding ground for talent. And the team doesn't often stick together for long periods of time.
Now it's Doherty who'll hold things up. Jan Ekra playing well tonight. Jordan Doherty, that 1 goal. Doggard has also been a presence. Love that header that he was able to get on, even though it did not get past Ben Lundgaard. Still beautifully set up.
The timing of the run, just everything correct on that play. The technique of the header itself was beautiful to watch.
Will Riley able to get it away from Guenzati.
Just looking at this Atlanta team trying to work through this press.
Rowdies with so many weapons on this 2020 squad. And we asked Coach Collins earlier on, as we'll have a whistle right there, just keeping everybody happy. Remember, Ryan, there's only 1 ball on the field. We've got so many lethal goal scorers. Remember, Lucky Mkosana, right now not even in the game. Leo Fernandez, he has had himself quite a year so far with 3 goals. Rowdies trying to get across in. There it is. Kyle Murphy on the doorstep. Just couldn't get it away.
What an effort by Jordan Doherty. Just taking off through the space and putting the ball back right on Kyle Murphy, whose first touch was very heavy, it has to be said. And that touch took him out of the play. But what a move by Doherty. Just maturing right before our eyes. As we look at some of the guests coming closer towards the booth, trying to evade this rain.
Force Lasso. It's good to see him up and running. Scary moment in the first half. So Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. So took a look at the #1 beaches across the country. TripAdvisor released just this week. St. Pete Beach, one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
Clearwater Beach as well. Siesta Key, though, I believe, named the #1 beach.
Siesta Key, really?
Yeah. Here's Guenzati trying to get into position and defended very well that time. As Guenzati goes down.
When Morales using all of that 6-foot frame on Guenzati. Guenzati goes down, but the referee says no foul. And here's Jack Kerr, the ever-dependable man from Newcastle, switching the play.
Ball sent out, and it will belong to the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Well, things seem to have sort of calmed down for Atlanta a little bit, even though the Rowdies are pressing hard. Atlanta so far in the opening 5 minutes of the second half have done well to keep the ball out of trouble and keep it moving.
Sebastian Doggard.
Oh,
there is Murphy going down. And another collision that time. Yellow comes out once again. And this is Morales who checked in for Atlanta.
Looks like the referee's having another discussion. Tells him one more and that's it.
Morales eager to make an impression.
Well, here's the ball down to Kyle Murphy, and it looks like Morales was thinking of slide tackling, and in the end tackled him with his earlobe. That's a very strong earlobe, by the way, to bring down Kyle Murphy.
And Longard on guard. Sebastian Dahlgaard will send it in. Now, normally this is Lewis Hilton doing the honors for the Rowdies on set pieces. Hilton, of course, part of the 18 tonight, but coming off the bench. Ball to Bender, lasso, in a good spot. Jordan Scarlett.
Well, Morales again in the thick of things, getting right on top of Jordan Scarlett as Forrest Lasso nodded the ball down to him.
Rowdies now will play keep away. 53rd minute. Still, rain has not come down upon us here at Al Lang. Fans trying to get in as much soccer as they possibly can. They're not going anywhere. Dahlgaard out to Ekra. Ekra thought about taking a shot from distance. It has certainly worked tonight. Johnson, nice chip into the box. That's a good piece of defense by Atlanta United too.
Well, the movement in the last third is so quick right now. Atlanta just cannot react in time. In the end, Malik Johnson gets the ball with space to cross. And that's only because of the movement by Jordan Doherty, Jan Ekra and company.
Seba Guinzati. The turn. Not much room to work there. And Njai trying to dig it out now. Atlanta just has not been able to possess much at all since the beginning of this half. Doherty trying to send it down. There's Seba once again. Seba needed the rest in that Miami game. He along with Fernandez. Now Rowdies have it back in control of this game in the 54th minute.
Well, all 21 of the 22 players are in the Atlanta half. As far as Lasso now backs into his own half, but it just shows the dominance right now of this Rowdies team.
Jordan Scarlett, lots of room and space. Time to work with as well. Scarlett took a little too much time that time. Ball gets away. Now Atlanta coming back.
Great tackle by Njai. It just shows the confidence of this team as Jordan Scarlett just making a marauding run through that center of the field. The man from Montego Bay. Leader in defense, pushing his team forward.
You know, Caleb Richards was such a force on this team last year. And I was thinking, are we ever going to see a defender like that? I think we got one this year.
I think so too, especially character-wise. Jordan Scarlett will fill that role. I was like you, Drew. I just didn't see anybody filling Caleb Richards' spot.
Dahlgaard. Put this one away. Kyle Murphy will track it down, and now some rain coming down here at Al Lang as the wind still gusting,
you know,
down on this beautiful field.
Fans may not like it, but if you're out on that pitch, there's nothing better than rain falling on you and playing soccer. Nothing better.
Easy for you to say up here in this nice cozy box.
As I sip on some tea.
Another substitute. This is Amir Bashji checking in for Atlanta United too. He played well last time here at Al Lang Stadium back on July 11th as John A comes out after a busy night's work.
Well, the prototypical number 10 comes in for John A. Bashji, a playmaker with his passing ability. Has 7 key passes thus far this year. Talking about passes, Jack there he is leading second in the USL in chances created. Most of them with some wicked crosses from the right-hand side.
Rowdies in control. Remember the old saying, though, a 2-0 lead, the most dangerous in pro soccer.
That's right. If you're Atlanta United too, you're just focusing on getting that one goal. That's going to just shift the entire momentum of the game. And if you're the Rowdies, you have to almost convince yourself that you're not up 2-0, so you keep up the intensity. Because it's just enough to take the foot off the gas, and it's just enough of a deficit for the other team to push as hard as they could. So it's the worst mix for the team that's in front.
Malik Johnson. Easy to make a case that thus far, he's the Rowdies MVP.
Yeah, he may not have scored one or set up any, but it's his sort of wreaking havoc on that right-hand side that has made Atlanta adjust and create space for others around the pitch.
But that would be a very, very tough argument.
Yeah.
Seba Gonzalez's been spectacular. Fernandez, awesome from the start as well, in those early matches especially. And Juan Tejada has certainly picked up his play as of late. Maduro not in the lineup tonight. That's one guy that you certainly miss. He is so consistent for the boys in green and gold.
He also brings that grit in the middle of the park. He's one of those dogs that bite back. Like if teams like Atlanta being physical, Dominic Maduro himself will impart his physicality.
Kyle Murphy tried to cross that time. Once again, Atlanta in place defensively. And look at that wind gusting. Malik Johnson will circle back. The Rowdies will take some time off the clock here.
A lot of patience right now for the Rowdies, keeping the shape in case the ball is given away.
John Ekra. The Rowdies now will build from the back with Lasso.
As there's a man down on the far side, looks like Maki Diop is down for the count. There he is.
Job perhaps cramping up just a bit. Hey, fans, follow the Rowdies and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Maki Diop being tended to here in the 59th minute. And pause in the action here in downtown St. Pete.
Looks like more serious than we thought. He has been helped up, walking gingerly to the sidelines. And Atlanta have a person up already.
So this will be Philip Goodrum, the forward out of Nashville, Tennessee. Checking in for Atlanta United 2. Maki Diop will take a seat.
Still in a lot of pain. Look at Diop just wincing.
This is actually the coolest night by far so far this year. Only 82 degrees, and it probably feels cooler right now on the field the way this wind is blowing.
Well, we just saw Jordan Doherty try to put the ball up in the air. Not advisable right now with the wind coming off the ocean. He's just going to hang up there.
And now we'll turn. Goodrum try to put it forward. Coleman Gannon a little bit too far ahead of him.
Goodrum is one of those number 9s, though, as we just seen there, that does create for other players. Excellent pass of the ball. Has 2 assists so far this season. There he is, the number 9. You play it into his feet and you sort of run around him.
Malik Johnson. Atlanta will win it back. Njai. Take it away. Great job by Guillen to come up. And now the Rowdies surging forward. Aaron Guillen wants it. Oh, what determination. He looked like he was smelling a goal that time.
I love Aaron Guillen. As soon as he saw anything near the 18-yard box, he was not going to pass it. He was going to let it fly. He said, "Excuse me, Jan Ekra, this is my ball." And he tries the effort.
Oh, it could have been a handball there, too.
Good defending in the end by Morales, reading that and stepping right into Guillen's path. But number 33, that was his one chance to shine as a center-back.
It's a Morgan Auto Group corner kick for Tampa Bay. Lasso goes down in the box. Ball will belong to Atlanta. Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, and Rodney Marsh featured. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and Sirius app. As Lucky M. Kosana set to check in for the Rowdies. And a great night for that guy right there. Kyle Murphy getting onto the score sheet for the first time this year for the Rowdies. Coach Collins comes to greet him.
Look at the coaching staff. They knew how badly he wanted that goal. And Kyle Murphy's going to rest easy tonight as lucky number 77 comes on.
Lucky M. Kosana, fan favorite. Always a threat as soon as he steps on the pitch. Jan Ekra, a threat as well. Couldn't stay on his feet that time.
Well, Jan Ekra showing us his tools, breaking up the play and charging down the middle, just losing his footing there. It just shows how dangerous he can be for this Coach Collins midfield.
Kosana scoring, of course, the lone goal for the Rowdies in that draw to Atlanta. That beautiful header set up by Malik Johnson. Here is M. Kosana.
Beautiful. Typical forward, feeling the pressure, turns away from it, and a good pass.
Long guard sliding in to take care of it. Coach Collins called Lucky M. Kosana the best pure goal scorer off the bench in the USL right now.
I second and third that. He can read the game so quickly.
Here's Coleman Gannon, some room to work with. Lauro there to deny him.
Now, if I was Evan Lauro, I'll be a little disappointed with my back three. Nobody closed down. And that put the goalkeeper at risk there. Just gave him a free shot, even though it was far out. At this level of the game, you just cannot back up that far, as Jordan Doherty and Kyle Murphy will tell you.
Atlanta trying to stay in this one. Perhaps make a late run here. Caleb Wiley. And Atlanta United 2 start to build some things in the middle of the park. And Rowdies have got to shore up just a little bit here.
You could just see the intensity dropping a little bit in the defensive half of the Rowdies. And Atlanta starting to exert themselves.
Jop trying to take it in. Tejada couldn't get control of it. And a whistle there. Juan Tejada just flying around. He's going to get up a little gingerly as well. It's the point of the match, Ryan, that 65th minute, where if you've been running all night long, this is when you really start to feel it.
Yeah, definitely. And it was such a quick tempo first half for both teams. You can see them just looking a little bit more gassed, especially on the Rowdies end. They put so much effort to get those 2 goals.
And Kosana trying to shield off the defender. Ekra also involved as well. Rowdies now will spread it wide. That's where you want it. Malik Johnson, unguardable with the ball at his feet. Wenzati. Doherty.
Doherty seeing there's nowhere to go there with Malik Johnson being cornered and just turns away from the pressure.
Love that maturity from Jordan Doherty.
I love that rhyme, by the way.
That ball sent out. You know, it takes amazing team effort to be the #1 construction firm in Central Florida. At Ripa & Associates, we believe in investing in our employees and in our community. Visit ripaconstruction.com to learn more.
Very underrated rhyme. I love the maturity by Jordan Doherty. That was good.
That simply came on a whim. What can I say? Look at the duels won. Tampa Bay with a 59% edge over Atlanta United 2. You know, thanks for the kudos there. I must say your nickname work has been just astounding this year and last year as well. I think I've got a nickname for you though. You ready for it?
All right, everybody turn off your TVs quickly. Quickly.
How about the Toast of Trinidad?
I like it. There's a ring to it.
I mean, you could put on a cape for that one.
Yes. And anything to do with alcohol and drinking, that sounds delightful.
Doherty with a cross. Just floats around Sana, waiting right in the middle of the box. Send us a tweet. Tell us, do you like that nickname for Ryan, the Toast of Trinidad? Hey, I'm trying to think of something.
I like it.
If you've got a better nickname for Ryan, please let us know. We may just apply it on the air.
It's not as naughty as Jordan Doherty.
Ekra. And now, Sebastian Doherty. You can have a little fun when you're up 2-0. Doherty will shoot this one over everybody. And it'll be a goal kick for Lungard and Atlanta. Rowdies trying to hang on to this lead, keep their distance over Charleston. How about the Battery really playing some tremendous soccer? Ezekiel Lewis, a part of that USL Team of the Week.
Well, Charleston Battery has done such a good job this year going forward and creating chances, something they haven't done in the recent past.
You know, Charleston's playing much better soccer. Also, congratulations to Poppy Miller, former voice of the Charleston Battery, now working for CBS and part of their UEFA coverage.
Well deserved, Poppy Miller.
68th minute. Chop as it gets away to Tejada. Sana wins the battle with Jadama. Oh, puts it forward. Here's Gwenzati.
Oh.
Taken down. There's got to be a foul.
That's it.
And yes, it will be. One too many times for Atlanta United 2's Efrain Morales.
Well, Morales, as soon as he went to ground, put the referee under a lot of pressure. Gwenzati has the step, and there it is. Just so much so much contact before he gets the ball. He has to almost go through Gwenzati to get it, and that's what the referee is deciding. The only way you can get the ball is if you go through Gwenzati, and he did just that. And Il Capitan is going to step up and try and put this one to bed.
Gwenzati with a chance at his 5th goal on the season. And this is the first PK the Rowdies have had this season at Al Lang Stadium.
All right, I'm gonna call my shot like Babe Ruth here. I'm gonna go keeper's right, Gwenzati's left.
Oh, denied. Beautifully done by Ben Lungard.
Did I say it too loud? Did I say it too loud? Gwenzati hits it to the perfect height for the goalkeeper. Look at this, waist height. Very easy for goalkeepers to save that. Anything on the ground is a goal.
And it brings up a Morgan Auto Group corner kick for Tampa Bay. Rowdies still with an opportunity. Sana, brief chance there. And they do let an opportunity get away as the rain starts to come down. Here's one more look at the PK.
Well, I said to the keeper's right, Gwenzati's left, and he heard me. But the height was just perfect for goalkeepers at waist level. El Capitan is going to be kicking himself, knowing the sort of character he is. Always expects the best. Ben Lungard keeps his team in the game.
Got to credit the young keeper for Atlanta. 6'5", tremendous wingspan in goal, and Leo Fernandez set to come in for the Rowdies. Lewis Hilton also, the player we spotlighted in the open, set to see action here for the home side. Great to see Fernandez back. And the dancing Brazilian, as you like to call him.
That's right. Sebastian Delgado with an excellent shift tonight. Just holding down that left-hand side. Coach Collins is impressed. Yep, there he is. These guys work so hard for Coach Collins in practice. And they get a well-deserved start.
Now into the game, number 23, Sebastian Delgado. Now entering the game, number 11, Leo Fernandez.
Your public address announcer Ryan Sudol call in Leo Fernandez as Jan Ekra is done for the evening. See the rain working sideways here at Al Lang. Wind really picking up. As we'll touch it back to Loro here. Oof. Loro near danger. Ball ricochets off him, and he sends it out.
Coleman Gannon just doing his best Juan Tejada impersonation there. hounding Evan Lauro.
Number 2, Jack Gurr. Now entering the game, number 29, A.J. Fortune.
Fortune in for Atlanta.
Now leaving the game, number 14,
A.J. Fortune, the midfielder,
Now
homegrown,
entering the game, number 33,
right from that Atlanta area.
Edwards.
Has Trinidadian parents, so the blood runs thick in Fortune's body.
Matt Edwards also, Jack Gurr's night is through as well. Another turn this time by Gannon.
Oh, beautiful
Jordan
by
Scarlett.
Gannon. Beautiful by Gannon. Malik Johnson, the culprit. His tackle was late. It wasn't Jordan Scarlett. But Gannon just wiggled his way out of pressure there.
And this will be a set piece for Atlanta United too. Coleman Gannon.
Now this is the tricky part, Drew. 72 minutes in, 2-0 down. All you want is that one goal to ask the question for Atlanta. You have a set piece. This is where it becomes dangerous. Atlanta hasn't showed anything so far in the last third.
So 73rd minute. Free kick coming up. Amir Bashti, who just checked in. Ziemko San and Tejada right there.
It's going to be Amir Bashti with an in-swinger here to put pressure on this Rowdies defense.
Lauro there to take things in for Tampa Bay. Rowdies avoiding danger once more. USL Academy allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer, bringing together top local youth talent. Follow the success of the first Academy Cup events. Clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. Rain really coming down. See the fans soaking in Rowdy soccer here, literally.
Can expect that grass to get nice and slick. It's going to skip across.
A.J. Fortune, nice touch. Rowdies will get it back. And there's Leo Fernandez coming through for the home side. Tejada and the Rowdies take back possession. Aaron Guillen's played well tonight. He'll get it back here.
Great touch by Fernandez.
Guillen's got space to work with. He'll now cut it back and reset for Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton mentioned his passing percentage at the start of the broadcast, and as I mentioned that, of course, he sails one into the seats, but 84% coming into tonight. He has been sure-footed.
And to have that pass accuracy while leading the team in passing. Looks like Lucky Mkusana has pulled up. You know, we all think that these players are at their fittest, but we have to remember the COVID-19 experience. These players have not gone through their typical off-season regimen. We already see Maki Diop hit the bench. And now we see Lucky Kosana, who came on as a sub, as the trainers attending to him.
Check in some out-of-town scores throughout the league. Pittsburgh on top of St. Louis at the half. How about Memphis 2-1 over Birmingham in the second half. 901 FC trying to get a victory. Red Bulls and Philadelphia Union still scoreless. Hartford, Loudoun. Same story also. Miami FC, Charlotte. And those games are on Sunday. So those last three on Sunday on the board.
The beautiful thing about the USL, they got you covered all weekend long with soccer.
Upcoming games for the Rowdies at Charleston, then Miami and Philadelphia here at home before heading on the road again to Charleston and Atlanta on September 11th and September 16th. Want to send a special condolence and a deep thank you to, of course, all the Rowdies fans. Mary Carnstead in attendance tonight, a diehard Rowdies fan. Her husband Dieter passing away, and one of the Rowdies faithful remembered here tonight. Ryan Sudol with a great tribute before the game, and Rowdies fans and their dedication, their loyalty have made this club so special through the years. And there it is for Dieter. And could not say enough about what this family has meant to Rowdies soccer. Mary, of course, in this stadium tonight, taking in another great Rowdies match.
But to be a part of a club in that fashion is just an amazing, amazing thing. Players come and go, but fans like that just stay on forever and linger in the club. Talk about legends. So the sub is going to be sub. Look like Lucky Mkusana is going to call it a night. That's David Najim and Mustafa Dumbuya is checking in.
Now entering the game, number 9.
So there's Adam Najim. He'll make his second appearance here at Al Lang, the newest Tampa Bay Rowdy.
Such a great spot for him. He has 15 minutes to keep getting acclimatized to this formation and setup. It's almost like a quick practice for him, you know. Of course, intensity. They have to maintain this 2-goal lead. But these are just valuable minutes for Najim.
Dumbuya in for Johnson. And another outstanding night for Malik Johnson. Really opened things up in the first half for Tampa Bay. Leo Fernandez now sets it for Jordan Doherty. Those two really starting to be cohesive. Oh, nice pass this time. Najim will send it right back as he's still getting familiar with his Rowdies teammates.
Can really be an important piece to this puzzle for the Rowdies team. Adam Najim, just so nimble in the last third. As teams, when he scores are deadlocked and teams are sitting back, he's one of those players that can unlock it for the Rowdies. Oof, good tackle by Will Riley.
That one was on Guenzati. Guenzati just in tremendous physical condition. He has just taken training to the next level. Look at the shot story for Tampa Bay. I mean, Ryan, that's one of the reasons they're nearly unbeatable here at LA.
Correct. We talked about the wingers creating chances, but if you put too much attention on the wings, it sort of softens up the middle. And when that ball comes back here, and Jordan Doherty and Kyle Murphy making them pay tonight, just weapons everywhere in the green and yellow.
Oh, shot taken. This was actually a cross in quickly. That was Tejada. Or was that? Yeah, that was Guenzati. You can just sense Guenzati wants that goal. He's been a little bit off timing-wise here tonight, of course, because of the layoff, but here he is again.
Well, if it's been 2 weeks without any samba in the field, and the Brazilian just came with his drum and passed a peach of a cross to the Uruguayan. What a pass, what an effort. Speaking of efforts, Guenzati wins it back.
Fernandez squeaks it through. Leo right back. Leo Fernandez trying to operate. Able to get a shot off. Lundgaard, though, to deny.
Well, the pass by Adam Najim was sublime, and Leo Fernandez trying to finish it himself. He had one Tejada with him.
Najim trying to send it in. Leo trying to turn, being held. And Leo saying, come on. I was being gripped from behind.
Looks like the referee adjudged Leo Fernandez for holding there. But I'm sure if you ask the Brazilian, he'll have a different point of view.
80 minutes in. Rowdies on the verge of another clean sheet here for Slasso. The lumberjack in the back, determined to keep Atlanta United 2 off the scoreboard here late.
Evan Lauro, Forrest Lasso, Jordan Scarlett, Aaron Guillen, all going to sleep good tonight. If this score holds, they've done their job as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the rain and playing in it and how there's no better place. When you're leading like this, and if you can close one out, that's got to be a great feeling with that rain coming down on you.
Exactly, and especially going into to Charleston Battery next week. It is a great feeling, good momentum to take on the road. You know, we talked to Coach Collins about going on the road, and they said because of the COVID situation, spending time on the bus has really brought this unit together. Talk about turning a negative into a positive.
Set piece now, Abdoulaye Diop on top of it. Diop launches this one to the far post. A couple Rowdies elevate, and there's Lasso right in the middle of it, leading the charge.
Forrest Lasso, quite the competitor, clapping the referee for in a bit of sarcasm on that call. There he is now trying to rile up the troops.
You know, one thing about this season that is certainly different, the fact that the Rowdies are playing the same teams over and over and over, especially the ones in Group H. Coach Collins says, you know, I sometimes watch games outside of our group when I'm scouting, looking for possible Rowdies of the future. Other than that, I focus in on our opponents and our team. We'll deal with those guys whenever we have to in the postseason.
You know, it's the old cliche in sports, right? You can only look what's right ahead of you and control what you can control. And that is the recipe for success.
Dumbuya making an impact after just checking in, and now Bashji heads over for a corner.
You know, we keep beating on the death, but Dumbuya coming in and Lewis Hilton. There he is. Dumbuya.
This one curled. Lasso again elevating. Scarlett helped him out. Rowdies digging in now defensively. And you can hear the Rowdies faithful behind that goal, cheering every single moment.
Well, that all started with Forrest Lasso. And here's Iran Guillen trying to get into offensive positions. Yep. Oh, it's going to call a foul against Guillen. Wow. And Leo Fernandez just can't understand why. Iran Guillen clearly had possession of the ball and somehow got blue for the foul. But just going back to Forrest Lasso, just such a commanding presence in the air. When we asked Coach Collins about why they brought him in, it was for exactly that. When he played in Alang last year, as Amir Bashti asked Jordan Scarlett to sit down. And the referee heard him. The referee heard the gesture as well. And just Forrest Lasso being having such a commanding presence in the 18-yard box and showing it tonight. And the man from Montego Bay is not happy to be for the gesture.
Just over 6 minutes left in regulation time. The Rowdies off goals by Jordan Doherty and Kyle Murphy. Chance to have another clean sheet here over their Group H rivals, Atlanta United 2. Dumbuya throws it in now. Najim trying to get it right back to him.
Beautiful.
A lot of slipping and sliding going on right now.
That should be Rowdies. Yeah, that should be Rowdies' throw. Yeah, Coach Collins is asking himself. Looks like he's going to stick with an Atlanta throw.
Coach Collins, Coach Annan, first time these two coaches have met. Coach Collins, we asked him at halftime about the pursuit of that UEFA Pro license here in 2020 amongst a select group of coaches, and you can just sense the soccer world knowing superstar coaches in the making here in Tampa Bay. Great combination hookup and just wide right for Atlanta, nearly getting on the board here late.
Well, the touch by Amir Bashti just to help it on to Jop. Here it is, the little dink, and he's in. Not totally in, but look at this move here. Goes to the left foot and drags it across the goal. What an effort by both Bashti and Jop. Just so much talent on display in Alang tonight.
Ben Lungard conceding twice tonight. You almost feel, though, for the Atlanta keeper.
He's done amazing so far. Like we said, leads the USL in saves. And had so many more saves to make tonight, despite the score.
End over end. Lasso watches it right in the hands of Evan Loro. Loro conceding once in that Miami match. Still a clean sheet tonight. This young man was in the academy for New York Red Bulls too when he was 13 years old. Spent 11 years with New York.
Coach Collins talked about his work ethic. The guy just loves spending time between the sticks. He will goalkeep all day and all night.
Dabuya works so quickly. I love his pace.
At this point, with the rain coming down, the game getting a little untidy, the Rowdies are just going to buy their time here, be physical, sort of stop the game in its tracks and control the pace of the game. Something the Italian national team made so famous, shifting the pace of the game in scenarios like this, where they will hold possession and just take the air out of the game. You see the Rowdies doing that right now.
A little bit sloppy here in the final minutes. As Guenzati doesn't stop working for the Rowdies. Atlanta trying to counter here quickly. Nice 1-2. Look out, Coleman Cannon sending it back. Keep in mind, when you got great individual talent, game can flip at any moment. Bashji tries to send it into the box. The Rowdies send it right back out.
Well, you always clear the ball to where you're facing, so good clearance in the end by the Rowdies group.
Ralph's Mob and Skyway Casuals on their feet, sensing another clean sheet.
They're having a better time than everyone else in this rain. Singing, chanting, and raindrops just pouring.
And all Rowdies fans that are watching this game tonight cannot say it enough how much we miss you here at the games. And hopefully this nightmare that is COVID-19 ends as quickly as possible, because we miss the presence on Saturday nights of the Rowdies faithful. Bashji switching it back, and now tries it with the left foot. Oh, somehow that ball got through, and we've got contact right in the box. Lasso going to get called here, and a PK is on the way.
Well, that all started with Amir Bashti shifting from right to left. There he is, goes onto his left foot. It seemed like a shot. It went into look like Gannon, is it? Philip Goodrum and Forrest Lasso, the lumberjack, bringing out the axe. And Goodrum, the number 9, felt the wrath. It looks like the number 9 himself is going to stand up and take this one.
So the youngster from Nashville, Tennessee, Philip Goodrum, chance to get on the score sheet for Atlanta. Tough luck for Evan Laurel. Got to get a big save here to preserve his clean sheet.
Just a minute left in the game.
Goodrum able to score it for Atlanta, and quickly the visitors want that ball spotted in that center circle. They still feel like they've got a chance.
Great penalty by Goodrum. Good pace on the ball, and not at waist level, just more like the shins. It wasn't perfect, but it was well struck. And puts Atlanta on the board. Here it is, going to the keeper's right, Goodrum's left. Look at the pace on it, right down in the corner. Good attempt by Lauro, trying to read the body. He read it right, but the penalty was too good.
End of regulation. Let's see how much extra time we have here. 4 minutes of extra time. 4 minutes here at Al-Ain.
Well, Seba Guenzati missing the chance to put this thing to bed. He's not going to be looking at that extra time and grinding his teeth a little bit for the next 4 minutes.
First goal of the season for Goodrum. And if you're Atlanta, you gotta like the way you have battled to the end. Coach Tony Annan, no matter win or lose, still gotta like the effort of your young club.
Correct. We talked about his skill, but to have that grit to go along with it is such a big part of sport.
Jordan Scarlett looking at Juan Tejada here. Toss it just over him. If you're the Rowdies, Ryan, you strictly play defense here over the last 4 minutes.
Not at all. You never defend a one-goal lead. I mean, you play smart and you bring a couple of players back, but you still have to be able to get a hold of that ball and want to hold some possession. what got you the lead was the possession, playing your style of soccer. You can't just abandon that style of play. Looks like Wenzati has just won himself a free kick.
I think you saw Neil Collins there. Maybe a little frustrated. The officiating late feels like there's been a lot of holding going on for the Rowdies strikers, especially on Nkosana and on Gwenzati.
Well, Atlanta came into this game #1 team in the league with fouls conceded, and they've lived up to that reputation.
Fernandez also was held as well. Lundgaard standing tall. 92nd minute, Lewis Hilton. Let's see if he can get a good direct kick on here. Hilton keeps it on the ground. Tejada comes through, wreaking havoc inside the box like he always does. Rowdies will keep it. They'll have a throw-in on the far side.
Juan Tejada is putting his hand up to the bench and does not want to move, pointing to his knee.
I think it's his ankle he was pointing to, that left ankle.
And just is not interested in moving. Waiting for the medical staff, and in the 93rd minute to wait for the medical staff, you know it cannot be a mild injury.
The look of pain on his face, not a good sign right now for the Rowdies, especially this late in a contest. So the Rowdies trying to close this one out. Already, Lucky Nkosana has left the game, nursing an injury, and hopefully not the same applies here with Juan Tejada. Hopefully this is somehow just a cramp. But look at the rain, just raining down. This has turned into a monsoon. We saw it coming throughout the night. I think we were lucky to get in the soccer that we did get in, because we thought this was going to happen sometime around halftime.
Perfect timing for the Rowdies on a beautiful summer's night in Florida.
I don't know about beautiful, I would say typical. The month of August, even though it's my birthday month, it's the worst weather month of the year.
You can set your calendar to it. Hot in the day and rain in the evenings.
So Tejada's up.
Oof. He is walking as gingerly as can be.
Jadama, good sign of sportsmanship right there. Juan Tejada, certainly need him for the remaining slate. He is going to be a force in the postseason if the Rowdies are to get there. And right now it looks like they are a lock.
This win tonight will take the Rowdies to 21 points. Just sealing away here in Group H.
Charleston with 14. So a 7-point comfortable lead for Tampa Bay. Rowdies on the attack here late. And there's Tejada. Can you believe it? And he goes down hard again. That is not right to go after him like that right immediately after an injury. I know it's, man, soccer is soccer. It's a physical game, but you just wince when you see a play like that.
Yeah. It looks like the referee didn't buy it. Wave play on.
And now a call the other way. Scratch your head at that one.
There's going to be a lot of long, hot showers tonight as these players have given it their all. A lot of players have limped off this field during this 95 minutes.
So they'll place this one down, Tampa Bay. See how much they'll let this continue here. Remember, just 4 minutes of extra time. Tejada was on the ground for almost 2 minutes. And finally, the finish. Tampa Bay Rowdies 2, Atlanta United 2-1. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but the Rowdies get it done. We'll wrap this thing up from Al Link Stadium when we come back.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it.
2-1 the final score. 3 more points for the Rowdies as we continue on the second half of the season. And 2 phenomenal goals tonight from the home side. Rowdies get a big one here from Jordan Doherty.
Well, they backed off of him, and Jordan Doherty, the Irishman, gets off the mark with an absolute stunner. And then Kyle Murphy with a banger off the post. And that gives the Rowdies a commanding 2-0 lead. 2 terrific strikes to give the Rowdies the win tonight.
Had the feeling this easily could have been 4-0 or 5-0. Rowdies settled for 2-0. Atlanta gets a late goal off a PK. There's the future slate for Tampa Bay. They got to head to Charleston. That'll be a big one on the 29th of August. And then back home here for 2, Miami and Philadelphia, before September 11th and September 16th games against the Battery and Atlanta United 2 as well. Final score, 2-1. Rowdies win for the 3rd time this season over Atlanta. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew, I'm Drew Felios. Have a great rest of the weekend, and so long from downtown St. Pete.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.